Cat Goddeu, the Battle of the Trees. I was in many forms before I was freed from restraint. I was a slender mottled sword forged by a skillful hand. I was a droplet in the air. I was a star's radiant light. I was a word inscribed. In my prime I was a book. I was a lantern's light. For a year and a half together, I was a bridge that spanned 60 estuaries. I was a path. I was an eagle. I was a coracle on the sea. I was the effervescence in a drink. I was a drop of rain in a shower. I was a sword in the hand. I was a shield in battle. I was a ringing harp string under 9 years' enchantment and foam upon the water. I was a fire's sparking tinder. I was a tree in a forest fire. I am not one who does not sing. I have sung since boyhood. I sang in the treetops before Britain's ruler. I pierced the stall-fed horses of those whose wealth is in fleets. I pierced a great beast, horny-scaled, on whom were 100 heads, and a fierce warband beneath the root of his tongue. Another warband is found in each of his neck's napes, a black-forked toad with 100 talons, a serpent, speckled, crested. 100 souls for their sins are tormented in his flesh. I was in the fortress of Nevenhir 9 Teeth, when trees and vegetation attacked. Bards were singing and soldiers fiercely fighting. The resurgence of the Britons was brought about by Gwydion. On the Creator he called, on the One all-powerful, that he might aid them, the High One who made them. The High One answered him, by means of earth and word, conjure up majestic trees, 100 war bands in one host, and impede the vigorous one, the wealthy battle-giver. When the trees were conjured up, an unexpected source of hope, the trees hewed at the enemy with their tough tendrils. Around the armies they attacked for 30 days of battle. Bitterly a woman wailed and lamentation broke out. A woman in the van of the fight, the spoil, the buck of Anhum. No disaster befell us, from blood of men up to our thighs, the greatest cataclysm of the 3 that in the world have come to pass, and one came about from the flood and its fable. The gods sacrifice the second, the third is doomsday yet to be. Alders at the head of the file were first to strike, while willow and rowan were late to the fray. Spiky blackthorn eager for slaughter, the skillful meddler anticipating battle. The rose advanced against an angry host. Raspberry took action, raising no defensive palisade to protect his life. Privet and honeysuckle and ivy, despite the look of them, how fiercely they flew to the fray. The cherry tree taunted. Birch, despite his best intentions, was slow to don his armour, not from cowardice, but rather because of his bigness. Goldenrod kept his resolve, a foreigner over foreign torrents. Pine in the place of honour contended for the chair. Ash did fine deeds before the princes. Elm, despite his wealth, did not veer by so much as a foot. He slashed at the centre, the wing and the rear guard. Hazel adjudged the weapons for the fight. Dogwood of blessed life, a bull of battle, lord of the frail. A great host brings salvation. Beech flourished and holly grew green. He was in the valorous combat. Skillful, splendid, renowned Whitethorn, his hand dealt destruction. Vine the destroyer hewed in the battle, Bracken the despoiler, Broom in the vanguard of the war band, was wounded in the rucked-up ground. Gorse was not fortunate, despite which he marshalled the forces. Heather, renowned pillager, was conjured into the army too. Black Cherry the pursuer, Oak of the swift battle cry, heaven and earth trembled before him. Woad the valiant warrior, his name worthy of record on wax tablets. The sickly tree's onslaught caused terror. He did repulse others and stabbed at them. Pear caused oppression on the field of battle. A terrifying array was surging clover. Shy chestnut, fierce adversary among mighty trees. Jet is black, mountain rounded. The trees are armed. The great oceans are swifter since I heard the battle cry. The crown of birch grows leaves for us. Its vigour strengthened us. The crown of the oak ensnared us with my Averu song. The laughing sea wave that covers the rock, a lord who disdains the shallow shoal. Not from mother and father was I made, and my creation was created for me from 9 kinds of element, from fruit, from fruits, from the first fruit in the beginning, from primroses and flowers, from blossom of trees and shrubs, from earth, from sod was I wrought, from nettle blossom, from the water of the 9th wave. Math conjured me before I was completed. Gwydion conjured me. Great enchantment wrought by magic staff. By Eurys, by Euron, by Euron, by Modron, by 5 skilled enchanters akin to godparents was I raised. Ruler conjured me when a great area was burned. The wisdom of sages conjured me before the creation of the world, when I had my being, when the world was still small. A lovely poet of prophetic gifts, I possess in song all the utterance of tongues. I played in daylight, I slept in purple. I was in the citadel with Dylan, son of the sea. My bed in the centre of the fortress lay between the knees of kings. My 2 eager spears, from the heavens they come, in the silver stream of Anu. Ready for battle they come, 400 men I pierced despite their greed. They are no older, they are no younger than me in their wrath. Every one had the passion of 100 men, and I had 900. My mottled sword wins me honoured blood. A lord arose from his burial place. By a meek one was the boar slain. He made, he remade, he made languages and peoples, radiant his name, strong his hand, he directed the hosts brilliantly. They scattered like sparks from a drop on high. I was a speckled snake on a hill. I was a viper in a lake. I was a billhook wielded by wolf-headed warriors. I was a stout hunting spear, in my cloak, in my cauldron, I prepared not ill. 80 clouds of steam the cauldron brings to all. 5 times 50 bondwomen is its value with my knife. 6 yellow horses, 100 times better is my stallion, Mellingan, as swift as a seagull. I myself am not tardy. Between the sea and shore, I caused a massacre of 900 of the foremost warriors. Of ruby red is my round shield. Of glistening gold my shield ring. None was born in the breach. None visit me now except Goronwy from the water meadows of Erdrwy. Long and pale are my fingers. It is long since I was a herdsman. I shape-shifted into a champion before I was a man of letters. I shape-shifted, I circulated, on 100 islands I slept. I stayed in 100 forts. Druids, wise men, prophesy Arthur. There is that which has been before, and it is of that which has been that they sing. And one came to pass because of the tale of the flood, and Flay's spear piercing, and the judgment day to come, like a splendid jewel in a golden ornament. Thus I am resplendent, thus I am exhilarated by the prophecy of the Ferrith. And thus ends the Cad Goddeu, the battle of the trees. May all who hear it be blessed. So may it be.